Hi students, in today's session we are knowing about what are the functions of entrepreneur and what are the different kinds of entrepreneurs. In the last day session we know about what is an entrepreneur definition and what are the different characteristics of entrepreneur. What is the definition of entrepreneur? Right, entrepreneur is one who searches for change, responds to it and exploit opportunities, and the innovation is a specific tool of an entrepreneur. Simply we said that entrepreneur is the person or a group of person who starts his or their own new and small business organizations, and they collect all the factors of the production. Okay, this is what an entrepreneur definition is. Then what is the need to know about the entrepreneur? How the entrepreneurship is giving the strength to the country's economy. We have to know about the entrepreneurs because those are the persons who want to do something in their life, who have innovative and creative ideas with themselves. So while proving themselves, while recognizing themselves, they are providing plenty of opportunities to others. If an entrepreneur start a business venture, he can give an employment opportunity to the several people and he may prove himself. Right? We know about the Reliance Industries, right? So Dhirubhai Ambani, when he came from abroad into India with a 50,000 rupees, then he started a business and he do the hard work and he use some techniques and he has some foresight, visionary. Then we know how they are successful in their life. So all of us know about the entrepreneurs and we have to know about the functions of entrepreneur, what they are doing to get succeeded in their life or what they are doing to run the business organization properly and successfully. So the functions of entrepreneur is, write down in your notes, functions of entrepreneurs. Okay, the first function is innovation. Second function is formation of new producing organization. Formation of new producing organization. And third function is decision making. Okay, and next one is management. And next one is risk bearing. And next function is supervision, control and direction. And next function is planning. These are the different functions that are performed by the entrepreneur in their organizations. Right. The first one is innovation. Already I told you in the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Innovation is the specific tool of an entrepreneur. He wants to grab the opportunities in the society by innovative way. Here innovation means doing new things. What innovation means? Doing new things or doing things that are already done in a new way. Okay, those are comes under innovations. So, entrepreneur uses innovation techniques in their production process, in their organizations to get the maximum output with a minimum cost. Right. So, innovative thinking is innovative thinking is implemented in the organization by the entrepreneur, because he foreseen those situations which gives the favorable result for the organization. So, he always use innovative techniques, and innovation is a specific tool for the entrepreneurs. Okay, and next one is formation of new producing organization. Okay, J.B. Say, he said that formation of new producing organization is the main function of an entrepreneur. Right, entrepreneur are those persons who have some creative ideas and who want to do something. So, if their idea is feasible, which means they are managing or they are reporting certain formalities or the certain phases to be implemented in their organization. So, depending upon that, their idea, if there is a possibility to perform those ideas as a business, then they start a producing organization. Here they collect different means of production. Already I told you that land, labor, capital, raw materials. By procuring all these raw materials, they start a new producing organization. Right. To start the business organization, they have to get approval from their project from the higher authorities. If they get that approval, then they will start the producing organization. Okay, and next function is decision making. We know that everyone in the organization or every business person in the organization has to take several decisions regarding production, regarding purchase of raw materials or uses of machines, purchase of fixed assets. All these things are depending upon the decisions of the entrepreneur. Like that, entrepreneur has to take several decisions. For example, first one is ascertaining the objectives for organization. The first decision that is taken by the entrepreneur is ascertaining the objectives for organization. Why the organization exists? Why I am starting my organization? What is I want to do from that organization is to be decided. Okay, he has to ascertain the objectives of the organization. Next one, source of finance. Innovative ideas, creative ideas is not sufficient to start the business organization. We need finance. We have to do each and every aspect by using finance. So, how we will get those finance? What are the different sources that are available for us? They have to take decision regarding this, because there are several ways in which we can get finance. So, entrepreneur has to take decision by using what sources? By using what kind of sources I am going to start my business organization is to be decided. Okay, and next one is product line decisions. Here, product line means what are the different kinds of products that are produced by an organization. If I am producing more than 2 or 3 products, depending upon the different aspects, like they are not considered as a single product, they are differ from one product to another product. If I am producing like that, that is my product line. So what are the product line that an organization have? He has to take decision regarding this. Next one, pricing strategies. Pricing strategies. So here we deciding about the organization objectives, and we are deciding about what are the sources of finance. Then we decided what are the product lines. Next we have to know about the pricing strategies. There are several kinds of pricing strategies. Price is nothing but cost plus profit. Right. The pricing strategies may be like penetration pricing, skimming pricing, psychological pricing. These are comes under pricing strategies. So for example, in penetration pricing, what we said that we fix initial price as low. We fix low initial price. Once the product is get accepted by the customer, then slowly we increase the price of that product, which is called as a penetration pricing. And next category is a skimming pricing, in which we fix a high initial price to grab the opportunities in the market. So later on it becomes lower the price. And next one is psychological pricing. We know that it is also called as a bata pricing. For example, our product is available for 99 rupees only. What the customer thinks that, oh, it is available for 99 rupees, and which means it is not for 100. Okay, this is what called as a psychological pricing. So the entrepreneur has to decide what price is to be decided to his product. Okay, next category is promotion strategies. Promotion strategies. So here we are producing product and we may fix some prices. Next, that product is to be reached to the customer. Why we are producing products or why we are giving services? To reach the customer, right? So what are the promotion strategies that we have to follow to reach the customer is to be designed by the entrepreneur. This is one of the decision, like advertising, giving advertising and fixing hoardings, personal selling, sales promotions. All these aspects will come under promotion strategies. And technology, availability of the technology. What are the different kind of technology that we have? We know that technology plays a crucial role in the business organization. If you are not adopting the updated technology, you become a backward, because you have to update with the changing technology in the society. So depending upon these aspects, the entrepreneur has to take decisions. What is that? Ascertaining the objectives for organization, source of finance, product line, pricing strategies, promotion strategies, and availability of the technology. Regarding these aspects, entrepreneur may take decisions. And coming to the next one, management. Okay, here management functions is to be performed by the entrepreneur. What are the different kinds of management functions? Okay, those functions are like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. These are called as managerial functions. What are they? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. These are called as management functions, and these functions are performed by the entrepreneurs. First one, planning. Planning is nothing but thinking before doing. So whatever the aspects that you are taking into your organization, you need to plan them. Okay, so what kind of products that I am going to produce? What are the production process that I am using? Is it beneficial? Is it feasible for us? Which is in terms of cost effective? All these decisions are comes under planning. Next one, organizing. Here we are deciding to produce a particular product, then we have to organize the structure of the organization where the departments are, several kinds of departments are there in the organization, right. So where the plant is to be located, where the storeroom is to be located, where the staffs are to be located, all these things are organized in the organization, like supply of raw materials and finished products to be stored in the storeroom. All these aspects will come under organizing. Next one, staffing. Here we are planning about organization and we are organizing different places for the persons. Now we have to recruit the employees, because without employees the organization cannot work. We know that, right? So entrepreneur has to, staffing is to be done in their organization, because human resource is essential for the organization. Recruiting the right person for the right job at the right time will gives you the best result. So entrepreneur has to do to recruit the suitable employees for their organization. Next one, directing. Now you have to direct those employees towards the organization goals. What is the organization goal that is decided by here? So you have to motivate them, you have to guide those employees to reach your organization goals. And next one is controlling. And you are fixing the organization goal, you are directing your employees to work towards their goal. Next you have to control their activities. What are the estimations? What are the actuals? If there is any difference, you have to control that. So these functions are called as management functions, and these are performed by the entrepreneurs. Okay, what are the management functions? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Among these, coordination and communication will also be occurs. Coordination between these functions will gives you the positive result, right? And communication, it is also one of the important element. The communication is passes from the right person to the right person, right? So these elements will come under management functions. And next one is risk bearing. Risk bearing is another important function of an entrepreneur, because he invests prior and he get return when the product is sold to the customer only. So here he has to guarantee the creditors to payment of interest. What we have to pay the creditors? Interest. Rent to the landowners. We need land, labor, capital, raw materials, all these we need for the organization to produce a product, right? So here what happens? Entrepreneur guarantees the creditor that I will pay the interest. Entrepreneur guarantees the landowner that I will pay the interest. Okay, I will pay the rent. Sorry, I will pay the rent. So risk bearing is inherent in the entrepreneurship. So risk bearing is one of the important function for the entrepreneurs. And next one is supervision, control and direction. According to J.S. Mill, supervision, control and direction is called as entrepreneurial functions. Entrepreneur has to superintend the work of the missions or the persons. He has to supervise for getting maximum output with a minimum cost. And he has to control the flow of goods and finance and employees. And he has to direct those employees to reach the organizational goals and to stand the paths of the organization constantly. So supervision, control and direction is the key entrepreneurial functions according to J.S. Mill. He is an author, right? Next one, planning. I already told that planning is nothing but thinking before doing. How the entrepreneur process will start? The first one is the entrepreneur may get some idea depending upon the changes in the society. Then he develops a theoretical work is it possible or not? Then those work is submitted to the authorities, higher authorities. The authorities may check each and every aspect which is written in that particular theory aspect. Then if they are satisfied, they can give the approval to start the venture. Right. Meanwhile, if the venture is started, which means the venture is authorized by the persons, then he starts further proceedings. Okay, which means idea evaluation, detailed investigation, collect what are the different requirements that need to start a business organization, and financing, like detailed idea screening, sorry, it's not detailed, idea screening. Depending upon the idea, the entrepreneur get detailed investigation, and collecting requirements, if these are satisfied, then financing decisions. These are the planning functions. Okay, these comes under planning. What is that? Idea screening, detailed investigation, collecting requirements, and financing will comes under planning. Okay, these are the functions of entrepreneurs. First one, innovation, next one, formation, and next one, decision making and management, risk bearing, supervision, planning. With this, we have another 4 functions which is given by Kilby, which is some functions which is given by the Kilby. Okay, according to Kilby, the first category is exchange functions, and the second category is administration functions, and third category is management and control functions, and fourth category is technological functions. These are the 4 functions that an entrepreneur can perform according to Kilby. Exchange functions, which covers perceiving opportunities in the market, perceiving opportunities in the market, and supply of scarce resources. Okay, another exchange function, buying of inputs. Okay, next one, marketing product and respond to competitors. Right, these are the exchange functions. First one is perceiving opportunities in the market. The entrepreneur keeps on observe the changes that occurs in the market. So, depending upon the change, he grabs the opportunities in the market. First one is perceiving opportunities in the market. Next one, supply of scarce resources. What are the resources that we need to get those opportunities? So, we have to make arrangement for that scarce resources. And next one, buying of inputs. To produce a certain product, we need raw materials, right? So, we have to buy those inputs to produce the products. And next one, marketing product. Here, we are getting opportunities and we are getting the scarce resources available for our organization, and we are buying some of the inputs. By using these three elements, we are producing products. For whom we are producing products? We are producing products for the customers. We have to market the products to the customers and respond to competitors. We have to respond to the competitors. What the competitor is doing, right? The entrepreneur keeps on looking these elements. What the competitor is doing, how they are deciding the price, how they are doing the promotion strategies. Each and every aspect is to be considered by the entrepreneur. So, these elements will come under exchange functions. And next one, administration function, in which we have employee management. Employee management. Next one, supplier management. And next one, customer management. These elements will come under administration function. First one, employee management. Employees are very important for the organization. Who is an employee? The person who works in the organization for salary is called as employee. We have to manage the employees in the organization because these are the one of the important factor for the organization which have life, feelings and emotions. So, when we are dealing with employees, we need to take care about them, because if they are not satisfied, they are not fully work for your organization. So, we have to manage the employees and we have to motivate those employees to reach our organization goals. Next one, supplier management. Who is a supplier? Supplier is the person who supplies raw material for the organization. We have to maintain, which means the entrepreneur has to maintain cordial relations with suppliers for timely supply of raw materials. If the raw materials are not timely supplied for our organization, then the machinery, employees are sit idle, which becomes a loss for the organization. So, we have to maintain suppliers in the organization. Next one, customer management. Yes, customer is very important for business organization. We call customer as the omnipotent king for the organization. The organization cannot lose a single customer, cannot want to lose a single customer, because only the customer will gives you the revenue back for your investment. Right? You need to maintain customer, attaining and retaining customer profitably in the organization is to be considered by the entrepreneurs. Okay, so these three elements will come under administration function: employee management, supplier management and customer management. And next function, management and control functions. Here comes under financial management. Financial management, production management and factory control. These elements will come under management and control functions. The first one is financial management. Finance is the lifeblood of the organization, as all of us know about that, right? So, if you are acquiring funds, you are utilizing those funds in your organization. So, entrepreneur searches for what are the different sources that are available for there. Then he attained those resources and he utilized those resources in the organization. So, financial management deals with acquiring and utilizing the financial resources of the organization, and it is one of the function for the entrepreneur. Next one, production management. Here we are converting the raw materials, capital, financial resources into a product. So, production management is also one of the key area. Okay, and next one, factory control. Production takes place in the factory. So, each and every aspect relating to the factory is to be controlled by the entrepreneurs. So, these three elements will come under management and control functions. And next one, technological functions. Yes, already I told you that we have to update with the technology, otherwise we may get backward, right? So, technological functions is deal with getting updated technology, process and product improvement. Process and product improvement comes under technological functions. These four functions is given by Kilby. Author name is Kilby. Exchange functions, administration functions, management and control functions, technological functions. In exchange functions, perceiving opportunities in the market, supply of scarce resources, buying of inputs, marketing product and respond to competitors. Coming to the administration function, employee management, supplier management, customer management, and management and control functions, financial management, production management, factory control, and technological functions, getting updated technology, process or product improvements. These are the functions of an entrepreneur. Now we are going to discuss about what are the different types of entrepreneurs. I hope all of you are getting the class. Please note down all the key and important points in your notes. Right? Next we are going to know about types of entrepreneur. Basically there are 4 types of entrepreneurs. Types of entrepreneurs. Are categorized into 4 types. Innovative entrepreneurs. Okay, second category, imitative entrepreneurs. And Fabian entrepreneur. And drawn entrepreneur. These are the 4 basic types of entrepreneurs. First one is innovative entrepreneur. Second one, imitative entrepreneur. Next one, Fabian entrepreneur and drawn entrepreneur. Coming to the innovative entrepreneur. Innovative entrepreneur innovates new methods of production, inaugurates new product processes, which means who innovates new methods and new techniques in the production process and inaugurates new marketing products, which means they are keeps on observing the new element for their business organization. He introduces new goods, inaugurates new methods of production, and he searches for new market areas in which they can operate. So, here the innovative entrepreneur will works only when there is a certain level of development is already been achieved. Innovative entrepreneur will comes under, or innovative entrepreneur is observed to be available there developed countries. These are observed at developed countries. So, what innovative entrepreneur does? Innovate new products. They innovate new products, inaugurates new production methods, and he introduce new markets. And these fellows are observed at developed countries. Where these are observed at developed countries. They will work only when there is a certain level of development has already been achieved. There is nothing is to be done. We have to innovate new things, which means there is only changes will occur. So, those countries are nothing but developed countries. Then innovative entrepreneurs comes under developed countries. Okay, and next one, imitative entrepreneurs. These are the entrepreneurs who imitate. Here the name itself indicate imitation. They imitate the techniques and processes that are successfully executed by the innovative entrepreneurs. They simply follow the innovative entrepreneurs' techniques in their organization. So, these fellows are observed in developing countries. Innovative entrepreneurs are observed in developing countries. So, these follows the techniques that are invented by innovating entrepreneurs. And these observed in developing countries. And third category is Fabian entrepreneur. This entrepreneur is characterized by very caution and skepticism in nature. They also comes under imitative category, but they are very cautious and skepticism by nature. For example, if innovative entrepreneur is following certain level of actions, in certain, for example, he is following certain categories or the levels of action, in particular level he is not getting that much of revenue. Then what Fabian entrepreneur is done is, he may avoid that level and he may go through next one, which means he done those activities when it perfectly clear that it gives the positive result for the organization. That's why we call him as a very cautious and skepticism in nature. Okay, and next category is drawn entrepreneurs. Drawn entrepreneurs are like such a persons. If they are suffering from losses, but they are not interested to change the production, because they may follow that our ancestors are followed this and I am also following that. I don't want to change my production process, even I am getting losses, I just continue this production process. This type of entrepreneurs is called as drawn entrepreneurs, which means they are refusal to adopt changes. They are not adopt changes. They are very refusal to adopt changes, even they are suffer from losses. They are not change even the production formula. So once again, types of entrepreneur can be classified into 4 types. First one, innovative entrepreneur. Innovative entrepreneur innovate new products, inaugurates new methods of production and introduces new markets, and these fellows are observed in developed country. Okay, coming to the imitative entrepreneur, they imitate the innovative entrepreneurs. Okay, here the name indicates imitation. Whom they imitate? They imitate innovative entrepreneur and follows the techniques that are successfully executed by the innovative entrepreneur. Next one, Fabian entrepreneur. Fabian entrepreneur is a person who has cautious and skepticism in nature. He will execute the innovative techniques when it gives compulsory positive result for the organization. If there is a chance for loss, they may skip that level. Okay, that is why we call them as a Fabian entrepreneurs. And drawn entrepreneurs, they are refusal to adopt the changes because they are fixed from the starting of their ancestral production functions. They may keep on follow that production functions. They are not allowed to change any new things for their organization. So these are the different types of entrepreneurs. So in today's session, we discussed about functions of entrepreneur and types of entrepreneur. So all of you are all of you are getting the class. Thank you.